It is one of the most important natural resources that support human life and environmental sustainability. So when we talk about these land resources, we refer to the natural land areas of the earth which support human activities and the ecosystem. Of course, this includes our forests, our agricultural lands, the rangelands, and even urban areas where people live and build communities. Parang dito sa atin dito sa Tabuk City. So, land resources provide many important benefits. For example, land allows us to grow food, kaya pinagmula tayo, and also build homes and infrastructures, most especially buildings. And we can obtain raw materials through land, and we can support biodiversity. These land resources plays an important role in water regulation and climate stability. Because of this, the way we manage land resources greatly affects our environment, the economy, and the society. So here in the Philippines, land resources are very valuable but also vulnerable. Take note on that class. Because in the Philippines, as an archipelago with a growing population, land is constantly being used. Saan ba, saan ba mo ginagamit ang land dito sa Philippines? Siyempre sa agriculture, housing, mining o paglalati-balito, and infrastructure development. So gapo kadigay nga activity, it is important nga dapat maamuan tayo ti gusto nga pinaggamit iti land so that we can use it responsibly and sustainability. Next, ano nga ba itong land? So, let us define this land. So, land is simply the solid part of the Earth's surface. It is considered one of the most important natural resources because it supports agriculture, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, settlements, forests, and many economic activities. Human society depends heavily on land. So without land, we would not be able to produce food, build communities, and support natural ecosystem. Excuse me. Okay, so we have here the classification of land use. So it can be classified into three, which is firstly the agricultural land, secondly is the forest, and the other land. Excuse me for a moment. So within the agricultural land, there are three: the arable, the permanent croplands, permanent pastures, and meadows land. So in agricultural land, it is used for food production and farming activities. So it includes the three, yung sinabi ko kanina. First is the arable land. These are lands used for crops that are planted and harvested regularly. So ang example nito class is tigay mais, tigay rice, maize nga imulmula tayo ijay mismo nga land. Daytoy arable land gaming class nga ikot. Ito yung land na pwede mong pagtaniman ng corn for example. Then no kaya't numot nga baliwan di ay corn sa next crop is pwede mo lang din siyang palitan ng wheat or rice. Secondly is the permanent croplands. So these are the lands with crops that do not need to be replanted after each harvest. So for example nito is yung coffee, citrus fruits or yung mga oranges, mga rubber tree and mga fruit trees. So kaya nga sabi diyan permanent croplands. Ibig sabihin kung ano yung itinanim mo doon, yun na yun. Hindi mo na siya pwedeng palitan. And lastly, we have the permanent pastures and meadows. So ito naman yung land na ginagamit for grazing animals where grasses or forage plant grow naturally or are cultivated for livestock. So, based from the word pastures, daytoy ajay land na kung saan dito mismo dito nga karamihan nga ikot dagi for example dagi baka nga animals tayo kat ijay da mismo nga agal-ala iti kaninda. And then second, we have the forest land. So a forest land, it refers to an areas with trees that cover at least 0.5 hectare. Excuse me, class. Grabe kami ti uyit ko. So, sabi ko, it covers at least 0.5 hectares with trees higher than 5 meters and a canopy cover of more than 10%. So forests are very important because they protect watersheds. What else? It prevents soil erosion, it regulates the climate, and it provides habitat for wildlife. And lastly, the other land or other land uses. So the third category is include other types of land such as urban areas, roads, transportation networks, barren land, and wasteland. So these lands are often used for infrastructure development, housing, and economic activities. Next, we have here. Oh, sorry class, nakalimutan kong pinalitan yung sales. Yung sales dyan, it should be, yan yung estimated land use based from the agricultural land, the forest land, and the other land. So we all know that in the Philippines, it composed of 7,641 islands with a total land area of about 300,000 square kilometers. So most of the country's land area is concentrated in 11 large islands, which make up about 95% of the total land area. So take note on that class. Now class, based on estimated land use in 2019, around 41% of land is used for agriculture. So makikita nyo dito sa ating pie chart. And of course, about 25.9% naman is covered by forest. And the other land is, or around 33.1% falls under other uses, including urban areas and infrastructure. So biruin mo yun. Mas lagi pang hawak ng other land compared sa forest land. So how much more na lang kung ang other land is pakabaliktad, mas mataas na ang percentage compared sa agriculture. O diba ibig sabihin nun, hindi na magkakaroon ng mass production of foods. Magkakaroon na tayo ng problema niyan. So kaya dapat is pangalagaan natin yung ating forest. So this pie chart or this statistic shows that agriculture and forests occupy a significant portion of the country's land resources. Now we have here deforestation. Gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, dapat pangalagaan natin yung ating environment. But, of course, hindi pa rin natin maiiwasan yung tinatawag nilang deforestation. Sorry, deforestation, I should say. So, now let us discuss one of the biggest environmental issue affecting land resources, which is the deforestation. So, what is all about this deforestation? So, deforestation refers to the clearing or removal of forests by human activities. So, this is one of the common method, the clear cutting, where all trees in an area are cut down, gaya na nakikita nyo dito sa picture. So, this completely destroys the forest ecosystem. So, deforestation happens for several reasons, including expansion of agriculture. What else? Road and infrastructure construction, the mining activities, overharvesting of trees, land clearing practices, forest fires, and natural disasters. So, although trees are often cut for economic development, excessive deforestation can cause serious environmental problems. So, dapat piliin pa rin natin sana kung ano yung ikakat nating trees. Para at least sa ganon is may matitira pa rin magproprotekta para sa atin. So, ito naman, yung makikita nyo dyan sa PowerPoint natin, yan yung causes of deforestation. And then, yung sinabi ko kanina is yung mga several reasons kung bakit nagkakaroon ng deforestation. You just take note on that class. Next, we have the effects of deforestation. Pasensya na, masyadong mabagal yung ating PowerPoint kasi ginagamit ko yung cellphone ko sa PowerPoint and yung laptop ko naman to take the video. Now, deforestation leads to many negative consequences. So ito na yung epekto ng ang epekto ng deforestation. So first, it causes decreased soil fertility. Bakit? Kasi ang nutrients are quickly washed away without tree roots to absorb them. Secondly, it leads to soil erosion, especially in steep areas where trees have been removed. Third, it affects hydroelectric power production because soil and sediments accumulate in dams. And fourth, it increases sedimentation in rivers and waterways, which harms fish and aquatic ecosystems. Fifth is deforestation can contribute to desertification, where land becomes dry and unproductive. So six, it causes loss of biodiversity because many plants and animals lost their habitats. Of course, kung maraming puno ang nakakat, sana maniniraan yung mga wild animals, di ba? And finally, deforestation contributes to climate change because trees store carbon. So when trees are cut down, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere which increases global temperature. Kaya minsan is nakakaranas tayo ng sobrang init na panahon kahit hindi pa nga summer is sobrang init na, di ba? Next, kung karaniwan ginagawa yung deforestation, dapat natin yan i-avoid. Pero hindi natin yan i-avoid. So we have here the SFM, sorry, or the Sustainable Forest Management. So what is all about this SFM? This is to address problems and to promote sustainable forest management to the country. So sustainable forest management or SFM means using forest resources responsibly while ensuring that forest remains healthy for future generations. So we have here the three for that class. Grabe kami dito ko. Under the SFM, the Principle of Sustainable Forest Management, Reforestation and Afforestation Programs Community-Based Forest Management or the CBFM. But we're going to discuss first the principles. So in these principles, it includes protecting biodiversity, but also maintaining forest productivity, protecting the soil and water resources, encouraging forest regeneration, and also it is to involve local communities in forest protection. Yun yung principles ng SFM. Now, we have the reforestation and afforestation. So, this is one of the important strategy is reforestation, which means planting trees again in areas where forests have been destroyed. So, gaya ng activity natin nung 52nd founding anniversary no sa ating school, one way to protect our ecosystem is to plant trees. Yun yung ginawa natin doon sa Canlagtao. Di ba nagplant tayo ng trees doon? Okay, so another strategy is the afforestation. So itong afforestation naman na ito, it refers to planting trees in areas that were not previously forested. So in the Philippines, here in the Philippines, the government launched the National Greening Program to increase forest cover reduce soil erosion, and help fight climate change. So, grabe din naman ang tulong ng National Greening Program na ito. And lastly, we have the Community-Based Forest Management or the CBFM. So, in this strategy, local communities and indigenous peoples are given the responsibility to manage and protect forest resources. So this approach recognizes that people living near forests play a very important role in conservation and sustainable resources. And we do also have the monoculture plantations and its wildfire risk. So ito naman ang another issue sa forest management. So what is all about this monoculture forest? So monoculture forest consists of only one type of tree species planted over large areas. So ibig sabihin, in a particular area, iisa lang yung parang for example, a tree species, iisa lang na species yung nandoon. So pare-pareho lang sila. Hindi sila magkakaiba. So although these plantations are useful for commercial purposes, they can also create environmental risks. It's because the trees are the same species in age. So that is why wildfires can spread more easily, especially during dry seasons. So, an example kasi nito class is planting melina in a particular area. So, ang melina kasi ginagamit nila to build homes or infrastructure. So, kaya nagkakaroon ng wildfires kasi pare-pareho sila. Pare-pareho sila ng species, pare-pareho sila ng age. And when dry season comes, of course, may maiiwasan ang wildfires. Para maiwasan yon, we have here the states and natural forests. So, some forests are protected by the government and are known as state or national forests. So, for example na lang, here in the Philippines, we have the Sierra Madre Natural Park, the Mount Apu Natural Park, and the Northern Sierra Madre Natural Park. So these areas are protected to preserve biodiversity, maintain watersheds, and support ecological balance. So, balik tayo sa sinabi ko kanina, to protect or the environment or our ecosystem, we have here the managing agencies. So, the management of these forests is handled by several government agencies like the DENR or Department of Environment and Natural Resources. So this agency is responsible for environmental protection. So under the DENR, ang bagal, sorry, we have the FMB or the Forest Management Bureau. So sila naman yung nagde-develop ng policies and programs for forest conservation. So meanwhile, we have also the LGUs or the local government units which help us enforce environmental laws and implement conservation programs in their communities. So, but despite these efforts, Philippine forests still face many challenges kasi nga minsan natangken ti ulo iti tattao. So we have here the current concerns and challenges. So illegal logging, land conversion, mining activities, forest fires, weak law enforcement, climate change effects. Kasi ang illegal logging ngayon, most especially kung walang kapera-pera yung tao, is jaglaklako da iti kay kayo, iti other places. Also yung mining, very uso yan ngayon. Ang pagmamining kasi syempre, 1 gram nga lang ng Isang gram lang iti balitok ket nagdakkel nga kwarta diayem. And it is because of that is nagkakaroon ng epekto sa ating environment. So, this problem shows that protecting our forests requires strong policies, community participation, and sustainable management practices. So, to conclude, land resources are essential for human survival, environmental stability, and economic development. However, irresponsible land use can lead to deforestation, pinag-usapan natin kanina, and of course, land degradation, biodiversity loss, and climate change. So therefore, it is important for us to promote sustainable land management and forest conservation so that future generations of Filipinos can continue to benefit from our country's natural resources. So that's all, class. Thank you for listening. And before I will close this video, um, kindly put in the comment section your learning insights or reflections sa ating topic, which is the land resources.